everybody, it's Debbie from Create Pretty Things. How are you guys doing? Tonight we're going to do a cute transfer using one of my favorites. Silly Goose is on the loose. Isn't that cute? Look at that. Okay, what I've got is one of our rustic rounds. It's a pretty good size right here. I've gone ahead, it comes in the natural rustic wood, but I've gone ahead and painted it. I used white chalk paste, and then I did a layer of this extreme glitter acrylic paint on top. It adds a little bit of sparkle to it. I don't know if you can see, but it's really fun. I love it. But since I just painted this surface down below, I'm going to need to wax our surface before I can put any transfers on it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get a paper towel here, and this is called surface wax, and you can get it in my shop, but I'm just going to get a little bit on the paper towel, and I am going to buff it on here. Now, the purpose of the surface wax is to protect both your transfer and your surface, especially after a fresh coat of paint is applied. Because if it sticks, these transfers are sticky. If it sticks too hard, then it's going to pull up that layer of paint underneath, and we do not want that. Okay, so I've got a light coat on there, and I'm just going to kind of buff it off a little bit, make sure it's equally applied, and that's good to go. Now we do have our transfer here, and I love this transfer. I've used it once before on a bag, but when you're using one of our sticky reusable transfers, the first thing you want to do is add some fuzz to it. You can use your shirt or a towel. I do have a towel here. Let's use that. This is called a fuzzing cloth. Fuzzing cloth, because it allows you to pick up some fuzz on the back of your sticky transfer and make it a little less sticky so that we're not going to cause much harm to this. I'm going to go ahead and place this probably in the center. I'm going to add a bow to the top, so maybe down just a little bit. And I think I'm just going to do this one color. I'm going to do it in my Cadet. Cadet has become my favorite color this season. It's a pretty blue. I've got a squeegee here, a silicone squeegee, and you can see it's beveled on the bottom. I'm just going to get some of the paste on my squeegee, and I'm just going to rub it over my transfer. Wherever you see white on this transfer is where the paste is going to go through. So I'm covering up all those white areas, being careful not to go off my teal silk screen. I'm just going to rub it on, rub it on. It's so easy, guys. It's like you're buttering toast, spreading frosting, all those fun things. Okay, so I've got it covered. I'm just going to go over it one time to kind of smooth out some of my lines. Also to remove any excess paste that I may have on it. And when you remove the excess paste, it makes it dry a little bit quicker. And as it is, the paste does dry really quick. Anything extra, I'm going to put back in my jar, and I'm going to cap it up. So now we're ready for the big reveal. One of the big reveals. You do want to peel this off while the paste is still wet. So I'm going to go ahead and lift a corner and work my way to the middle. And I'm going to pull it down, and I'm going to look at it as I go and see if I need to repair anything. And I don't. Look how cool that is, guys. I'm always amazed every time I peel this transfer off. That's amazing. I'm going to put it down for just a second so I can go ahead and show you how to clean the transfers. To clean the transfers, you just have to apply some tap water on the first pass over. I'm going to use a paper towel just because it removes most of the paste, and I am going to use a board eraser, but it gets pretty dirty, and just in the sake of being a little bit neater, I do the first pass over with the paper towel. Then I'm going to go ahead and spray it again, and I'm going to get my board eraser. My board eraser is like a magic eraser sponge, except there's no chemicals. You don't want the chemicals that a magic eraser sponge would have, because it could harm the sticky on the back of your transfer, and you don't want to do that. These transfers are reusable mainly because of the sticky underneath. So you want to kind of preserve that adhesive as much as you can. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over so I can clean the back side. Now, we only applied paste to the front, but the back side still needs to be clean. It has some paste on it. You want to make sure that adhesive is clean so that when you put it away, it's going to be clean for the next time you use it. These clean up like a dream, guys, except if you're using the black. The black tends to be highly pigmented, and it looks a little scary just because it stains the transfer so much, but this one is fine. So I'm going to dry off this side. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. I'm going to dry off the front side. I'm mainly just removing that dirty water, and it's clean again. You can see right through this transfer, all that silk screen is clean. This transfer backer that I removed when I first started, I'm going to lay this back on. I'm going to position it so that all the sticky is covered, which will protect it. So I'm lining up the corners, and then I'm just going to smooth, whoops, and that didn't go so well. I'm lining up the corners and the edges as best I can. I'm going to smooth it down. Make sure it's stuck all the way. Here it is. I'm going to put it back in the cellophane bag that it came in, and that's how I'm going to store it. All right, that too. I must have splattered some dirty water on there. Let's just, whoops, clean that up. I've got a little spot on my goose now. See that little spot? I feel like I'm far away. I'm using a different process tonight to do my live. And so I'm learning right along with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and hit this with my dryer. And get it dry, and we're going to go ahead and decorate it a little bit more. You guys, as you jump on, the keyword for tonight is loose, L-O-O-S-E. Jump on, hit that heart button, let me know where you're watching from. Just type in the comments. If you want the shopping cart for this project, go ahead and type in the word loose. Check your messenger messages, and you will see a cart link that's already pre-filled for you. Now, the only thing that's not in there is the second transfer that I am going to be using. And that's because it's out of stock. But it'll look just as fine without it, or you can substitute something in. It's going to be the background. It's going to be the background for my transfer. When I open these, I always tuck in the flap. It's kind of self-adhesive flap. I tuck it in. This is our picnic patterns. Do you guys see the 4 different patterns it has in it? I think I'm going to use the picket fence tonight, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this. Some people like to cut through the blue only, the teal only, and some people cut through the backer as well. I do a little bit of both, but for this one, I'm going to cut through the backer as well. Okay, so my idea for this is to put a little picket fence on either side of this goose. So I'm going to go ahead and peel it off. I'm going to go ahead and fuzz my transfer. Once again, it is to lessen the sticky of the transfer so it doesn't peel up that paint. And we're going to put it around this guy. I think I'm going to use the thicker, let's see, no, let's use the thinner picket fence. And I am just going to go around the outside edge of this goose. And I think I'm going to use this shimmer copper. Let's give this a try. This is shimmery, so it's going to be a little sheer. Let's see if this is going to work, if it gives us enough coverage. I'm just going to go ahead and apply it just to the transfer that I'm using. And I'm not going to go all the way to cover the goose. I'm just going to go kind of around it. I want to make sure I get my tops, my bottoms, my lefts, my rights. I think this is going to give me just the coverage that I need. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and peel this up. And I'm going to reposition it on this side. Now, I think I'll go ahead and dry this. I'm going to go ahead and kind of line it back up on top, just so that I can line it up properly. And I could go ahead and wash this, but the transfer, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, so I'm just going to try and, just to get it straight, and if I move it, maybe I won't have to repeat it. Let's see. Yeah, I think I can just do it like that. Okay, I'm going to press it down, make sure it's on there. Let's chalk the other part of it. Let's just go ahead and just chalk this other part of the fence. So, Silly Goose is on the loose. This kind of resonates with me. It's kind of a nickname of mine. So, this really resonates with my personality a lot. And I'm going to love it. Right up to the boots. Smooth it out. And let's see if I need to go over a little bit more. I might. Yeah, we'll go over just a little bit more on this transfer to finish it up. I'm being very careful because that paste is wet. Just trying to line it up, and I'm going to finish up. Oops. Well, we're going to dry it. We're going to dry it, guys. Still a little wet. How are you guys doing? It's almost the weekend. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. Weekends are always so nice. Let's play with my grandkids. Relax a little bit, have some fun. What do you guys do on the weekends? What are you looking forward to? So these are really easy to line up because you can see through the silk screen. Okay, put it down. And continue that pattern. So sticky, I keep lifting it. Okay, I got it down. Go ahead and continue that pattern all the way to the edge of this board. And as you can probably tell, this is kind of a fancy fence post with this beautiful rose gold paint job. Okay, put that away. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe up my counter just a little bit, and I'll show you what we've got so far. Okay, this is what we have. Cute, huh? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this transfer. Paper towel first. Board eraser second, and my board eraser is sitting in water right now. I sit it in there until I'm done, and then I clean it up, and then I let it dry. I'm going to go ahead and let this dry right over here. And let's see, I've got a couple little smudges here that I can clean up. A little smudge down here. And because of the paste, I would expect that to come up pretty easy because the paste also acts as a barrier, and so it kind of helps you if you make any mistakes. Okay, so this is what we have, and we're going to go ahead and make a cute bow. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. Okay, I've got my bow maker, and I've got several ribbons. I've got this blue and white polka dot. I've got this solid orange. And I've got this wide polka dot yellow and white. So this should be a fun bow. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is put down a little piece of string in between here, just so that I can have something to pull it up with. And then open that up. As you guys can probably tell, I have a big mess to clean up down here when I'm done. That's okay. Okay, let's start with our blue. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and put it down here. Let's do like an 8-inch tail. Now, to do this, since it's double one-sided, I want to flip my ribbon so that I always have my pretty side up. 8 inches for the loop. Actually, my tail is 8 inches. I think my bow should be about 5. Let's make a 5-inch bow. Flip it. 5-inch, and then a tail at 8-inch. Okay, one part of it. Let's do our orange next. 8-inch tail, and this is all the same side. It doesn't matter what color, which side is up on this one. So 5-inch bow, 5-inch bow, 8-inch tail. And then we're going to do our pretty yellow. Which one's your favorite out of all of these? Do you like the blue polka dot, or do you like solid orange, or the yellow polka dot? Let me know in the comment which one you gravitate towards. 8-inch tail, 5-inch loop, loop. Do you guys like these ribbons? And 8-inch tail. Okay. Okay, so here is my bow. Just get this down here. And I'm just going to get this string that I laid in there, and I'm going to gently lift this up. Gently as I can, and I'm going to go ahead and tie this right in the center. I try and bring the bow, the knot to the back, tight as I can in a knot. Put this away. And then I'm going to go ahead and dovetail my ends. Dovetail just means to cut a V in each tail. You just fold it in half, cut from the salvage end up to the center, and you have a pretty little V. Or you can also cut these on the diagonal if you wanted to. so now we're going to go ahead and fluff this up. So just pull your tails out in different directions, however you want them to lay out. And then get your bows and kind of open them up and poof them. So I'm going to go down. Just poof them up and move them in different directions until they lay the way that you want them to lay. Okay. So here's basically our bow. We'll probably fluff it up a little bit more. But I was going to glue this, but my glue gun is still heating up. But I think I can just tie it with this string. It has a hole in here already. So I'm just going to thread the string through and tie it on here for now. Nice and tight. Okay, so here's what it looks like so far. And then I'm just going to kind of move this around so that it's not blocking my goose at all. And I forgot I have this pink little ribbon too. Yeah, that would be too much. I have this pink little ball ribbon, but I think it's too much. It's like pom-poms. So I'm just going to go ahead and fluff up these bows. And you know, I might just, let's see if I have this. I've got these glue dots. I think I'm just going to put a little bit of sticky right here and adhere that one down. And adhere this one down. Maybe move my oranges down a little bit too. And fluff these up. And maybe some of these could have been a little smaller. But, let's see what's sticking up here, right here. Okay, let's move this one down a little bit. And I'll glue this better into position when my glue gun heats up. But we don't want to block the goose's head. And so this is what we have. This is our finished project. I love it. If you love it, give it a heart. Please feel free to share this with anybody you know who would love crafting. And let me know if you have any questions. I'll be back on again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and it gave you some ideas. Bye.